In this video, we will talk about how to add numbers in base 5. So I have 3 examples for us to work through here. Let's check out the first one. Let's say we have 4, 1 plus 2, 3. I've written a little 5 next to each value to indicate that it's in base 5. So how can we perform this addition? Well, we start just like normal addition where we start on the far right column and we say, what is 1 plus 3? Well, that's just 4. All right, what is 4 plus 2? That's 6. So now here's the trick. In a base 5 system, when we're adding numbers, if we add numbers and we come up with a value that is 5 or greater, we then have to ask ourselves, how many 5s go into that sum? So we just got 4 plus 2 is 6. So we have to ask ourselves, how many 5s go into 6? So a little long division. Well, just one 5 will go into 6, right? So that's 1 times 5. So we can subtract a 5. 6 minus 5 is 1. So there's no other number to bring down here, so 1 represents our remainder. So we'll write remainder 1. Now here's the trick. The remainder that we get right here is what we write right here. And the whole number that we got from the division, so the 1, will be added to the next column over here. So notice in this last column, we just have 1 plus nothing, which is 1. So our final answer is 114, and we'll write a little 5 right here to indicate that it's a number in the base 5 system. All right, let's try another example. Let's say we have 240 plus 442. How can we perform this addition? Well, we'll start with the far right column again. 0 plus 2, that's 2. 4 plus 4, that's 8. And remember, we said in a base 5 system, if we add 2 numbers together and we end up with some value that's 5 or greater, we then have to say, okay, how many 5s actually go into that sum? So the sum we got was 4 plus 4, that's 8. So how many 5s go into 8? Well, that would just be 1. 1 times 5 is 5, so we'll say 8 minus 5. We get 3. There's no other numbers to bring down, so this 3 represents our remainder. So we get a remainder of 3. And remember the trick, we write the remainder right here. And the whole number that we got from the division, the 1, we're just going to add to the next column over here. So in this last column, we have 1 plus 2 plus 4, that's 7. So again, we end up with a number that's 5 or greater, so we'll say how many 5s actually go into 7? Well, that would just be 1. So 1 times 5 is 5. So we'll subtract a 5. 7 minus 5 is 2. So this 2 represents our remainder. Remainder 2. And remember, this 2 is going to be written right here. And the 1, the whole number that we get from the long division, will be added to the next column right here. So in this last column, we have 1 plus nothing, which is just 1. So our final answer is going to be 1, 2, 3, 2. And I wrote a little 5 right here to indicate that it's in the base 5 system. All right, let's try one more example. Let's say we have these 2 values in base 5 and we want to add them together. Let's start with the far right column. 3 plus 4, that's 7. So since it's greater than or equal to 5, we'll say, okay, how many 5s go into 7? Well, that would just be 1. So 1 times 5 is 5. So we'll say 7 minus 5 is 2. So this 2 is our remainder. So we get a remainder of 2. And remember, the remainder, this value right here, is what we'll write right here. And the whole number that we got from the division, the 1, we'll add it to the next column. Okay, so now we have 1 plus 4 plus 4, that's 9. So it's 5 or greater, so we'd say, okay, how many 5s actually go into 9? Well, that would just be 1. 1 times 5 is 5, so we'll subtract a 5, and we get a remainder of 4. So this remainder, this 4 right here, will go right here, and the 1, the whole number that we got from the long division, will be added to the next column. So now we have 1 plus 0 plus 2, that's 3. So remember, we only have to do this long division stuff when we get an answer that's 5 or greater. So we don't have to do that here. And in this last column, we have 1 plus 3, which is 4. So our final answer is 4342.